lie is quicker than the hand. We had an extremely dysfunctional family, but I didn't have the aptitude to understand it. Neither did I have the literary syntax to formulate a phrase of this magnitude. There was never a day in my home that was not filled with tension and anxiety. With my dad, I walked around on pins and needles, as he always talked harshly to me and had an unkind disposition. He ran our home on fear and intimidation. Anxiety is a crucial element, for not only was I filled with it as a child, but it stayed with me for the rest of my life and never paid a dime in utilities. The human body has an elaborate defense system to fight off colds, viruses, and all manner of bacteria. The blood cells do a marvelous job at that. What we don't have is an elaborate defense system for stress and anxiety. And that's why we have this directive. Cast your cares upon him, for he cares for you. We're supposed to rid ourselves of anxiety. But how could I do that when it was my ontological status? Tension spread over my house like a fog machine switched on 24 hours a day. I couldn't understand why we lived under these conditions. My dad showed little concern for me and was an absentee as a father. His fatherhood was an inanimate object that I projected the quality of personification. When a father has a physical presence in the home, appearing to have a hand in his children's lives, but is completely absent in his heart, he's living a lie, and the lie is quicker than the hand. My home was a place of twisted love, and no matter how much love I received from my mother, the unlove of my father created a chasm in me of which there would be no compensation. Nothing could fill the void. I had to cross this gaping hole with everything that I lacked, only to get to the other side and find that what I needed wasn't there either. It was a difficult and painful journey with no promised land. Children try their best to make sense of an abusive parent. They draw conclusions infused with the effort to hold the parent in the best light in order to maintain their heroic status. I did that with my dad. He was getting away with his abuses because of the excuses I made for him. When the day came that I stopped making excuses for him, he had a million of them. My dad's abuse, I called abrasive when I was young, and I made up all kinds of excuses for his behavior. I contrived that his childhood was more difficult than that of his brothers and sisters, or anyone else around for that matter. Since he was ex-military, I concluded that his harshness resulted from some kind of training. I thought he was tough, and he was making me tough, which would be good for me in the long run. What I really knew was that he was mean. He was just mean. It was my childhood explanation. But when you suffer from systematic abuse, the abuser is trying to accomplish something. My dad was a man of many accomplishments.